All right, welcome to the Good Rookie Show. My name is Faheem.
And my name is Nelly J, y'all. And we are good
That's
rookies.
right.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday. And guess what? It's the Good Rookie
Yep,
Show.
yep.
Yep. So, y'all, we have extinguished guest, man. Fahim, I love when this man is on this podcast. It's always a vibe. And, it's the holiday season, things are going, and I know everyone's going to love this episode before recording it in the first place. So, Fahim, please introduce who we got.
It's been a minute since we've had a guest. So this is,
Mhm.
first of all, going to be fun. I think it's fitting that we have someone that definitely for the culture. As usual, will we get to be updated on as many movements that we has going. Let's welcome Andrew Miller to the podcast today.
Hey everybody,
Andrew,
happy to be
Andrew,
here.
Andrew,
Third time,
Andrew.
three
There's a
peats.
charm.
You know what I mean? Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, Lakers. You know what I mean? Three time. But happy to be here. Always a pleasure tapping in with y'all. Big fan of what you guys are going on, and obviously I'm tapped in whenever y'all be cooking up your content. So salute to y'all. Longevity, always appreciated. Determination, and y'all just be cooking up. So salute to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Oh
Yes.
man, that was so sweet up, sweet up. Well, Andrew, thank you for joining us. It's been a minute, and we're just so happy to have you on the episode this today.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with what's been going on. We have a lot to cover, and I honestly hashtag pandering to the blacks forever will be a 2020 episode, y'all. Classic line from Andrew.
They're still out here pandering to blacks. I don't
Yo,
know if y'all,
and the pander doesn't stop. So here's another pandering to the blacks occurrence today. So we're recording on the day, right? This is the day that Brittany Griner, for those who don't know, she's a WNBA star who was held for months in Russian prisons on drug charges. And she was released today. And this was actually first reported by CBS. Okay, so they broke the news before anyone did. She was swapped for an international arms dealer, Victor Bout, known as Merchant of Death or Angel of Death. I've heard many just death and merchant and drug. I guess a drug dealer, right? Arms dealer, I should say. So international arms dealer Victor Bout, and so this brought to an end this whole negotiation at a high level between the U.S. and Kremlin to secure her freedom. Now, a lot of people have been happy, not so happy. I've heard like two different sides of responses. Folks concerned about giving an arms dealer back to Russia. Other folks happy for Brittany. And I think we can all say that we're happy that she's home, but at what cost? So I'm going to pass the mic over to Andrew. Andrew, when you heard the news, give us your first thoughts on this entire thing, her coming back home and the prison swap.
Well, first and foremost, welcome home, BG. Being in a Russian prison for 9 months, definitely a whole ordeal. She's probably got a movie deal, probably coming and to tell her story. Very, very unfortunate situation. All for some weed. Come on, ridiculous.
Not even weed, for having remnants of
marijuana
marijuana in a vape container. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad she's home. First and foremost, definitely good to see that happen. But did we win this trade? If we're talking about the sports perspective, we got obviously a well-known public figure in BG versus this gentleman who's been locked up, been moving guns to all these other countries. It just seems like a little bit of a lopsided deal. They maybe should have threw in a first round draft pick or maybe some cash, but it just seems a little lopsided. But I'm glad she's home. Obviously, a big relief to a lot of her friends and family, and obviously the NBA and WNBA. So, but I just think that it's a lot, no?
Well, just to spread some color for those who are like, what is he talking about? So essentially, Bout, who is a former Soviet military officer, he was charged in America for conspiring to kill Americans, acquire and export anti-aircraft missiles, and provide material support to a terrorist organization. That's why he was in prison. He's been the notorious Mr. Bout. You can learn more about him. He's an international arms dealer, very well known around the world, and so that's why Andrew is like, did we win this?
It's so crazy to me. Like this guy seems like the ultimate supervillain versus this girl who just got caught up in a tough situation. So we're literally trading, like the Giannis of villains for like Jose Calderon. It just doesn't seem to make sense. Like why are but hey, glad she's home. But I guess maybe America Biden work on the negotiation skills. Anyway, it's up to free BG. Bottom line, glad she's home. Very unfortunate, but like I don't know what chain of reaction we've set off now. It seems like there's a Austin Powers movie versus this guy. You know what I mean? But
and I want to add some more color to this. I'm adding just more and more. So what he was infamous for, he was pretty much smuggling weapons from Eastern Europe to Africa and the Middle East in the 90s and 2000s. And we all know there was lots of wars happening around that time. So again, he's known as the AKA Merchant of Death. Faheem, your thoughts on the Merchant of Death going back to Russia, going back home, and Brittany coming back home. Now, is a prison swap. So are they both remaining in prison? Is it going to be like he has to serve the rest of his days in Russia in jail? I mean, I have a lot of questions for me, but Faheem, what was your thoughts when you heard this news and so forth?
I'll be honest, I'm probably the wrong person to ask. I was blindsided by this altogether. I literally found out about this maybe 2 hours ago, and I seen trending free BG or BG's free. And so I was going to tweet this, but then I had a feeling people are going to think I was just trying to be funny for Twitter. But when I was seeing free BG, I legit thought it was the Hot Boys BG. The rapper.
He's been free though.
Has he? Okay, yeah, that's the thing. That goes to show I don't know.
Has he? Has he, Andrew? Okay.
So I was thinking, I was like, wow, like, okay, the Hot Boys, he's free. And then I saw a picture of Brittany Griner and it clicked. I was like, oh, Griner's free. Okay. So I did a Google search and kind of got caught up. So as you're speaking, I'm getting caught up on the situation.
Okay. Another key element of who the Merchant of Death is, for those who are like, what do you mean? He supplied arms to Al-Qaeda. Yeah, the Taliban, those guys, and the rebels in Rwanda.
How do you even get a job like that?
And so he supplied, so he has so many connections to so many people in the underworld. Actually, Lord of War, which is a movie that I actually watched by Nicolas Cage, was inspired by him. Go ahead, Faheem. Your thoughts on Brittany Griner, WNBA star, being traded for the Merchant of Death?
So, yeah, totally lopsided. I do think, though, I think this was the play from from time. I don't think this was a developing thing. I have a feeling that they used her as a bargaining chip. That was, I think, their goal from the beginning, because I don't think it should have got this far from the beginning. I think they saw an opportunity, said, hey, you know what? Here's somebody who's in the United States who has some influence. They've been wanting to get this guy back for a long time, I'm pretty sure. Right. So if they know this, they know that they seized the opportunity with Brittany Griner, got the popularity, and were able to fleece the U.S. in this deal. Obviously, that's what I think. I'm actually more surprised that the U.S. were so willing, because you don't need to be in
they
politics.
Were willing. Remember, this was started. I mean, when was she like? This has been months and months for him of negotiation.
Okay.
I think a lot of people didn't think they were going to swap it, because remember, there's someone else still in prison, another U.S. and
Marine apparently, right?
Canadian in prison,
okay.
Paul Whelan. And so some folks are like, okay, so her life is more valuable than Paul's. Why is he's still in prison? She got released. But to your point, it wasn't like, like Biden could have gotten 2 prisons out for an arms dealer, international arms dealer. It was like a prison swap. But to your point, I just think there's no way the U.S. government or Biden was this desperate to pander to the blacks, to swap Brittany Griner for an international criminal.
I just want to
I'm
point
just
out
hoping there's more. I'm hoping there's a lot more involved that they're not sharing because it's obviously private. But before I jump to conclusions as to why would you do that, that's so I'm not gonna judge because I don't know the entire details and what was included in this bargaining chip. Come on, guys, they got a lot more than just Brittany Griner, right? We've got to believe that. But to your point, you know, someone who supplied weapons to Al Qaeda, the Taliban, and Rwanda, who had a huge genocide, for someone that averaged 17.7 points, 7.6 rebounds, 1.8 assists. For me, I just think there has to be a lot more that they got on top of getting Brittany Griner back, but they're not sharing with the press. But hey, like to your point, I'm happy she's home.
For Brittany Griner as well too. So let's not forget she's probably got better hops than the Merchant of Death.
Yes,
so, you know, if you're comparing, you know, NBA skills.
Probably has a better field goal percentage. 56 she has. So yeah, like for sure. I just think people are so quick to say like he's desperate. Why would you do that? Blah blah blah. But like you all said, she needs to come home, right? That's a fact. However, to your point, Faheem, definitely Russia was playing chess while America was playing checkers, for sure.
I do think that this kind of shows maybe America needs to get the priorities straight, because I don't know if, okay, so like I said, I'm still learning about this myself, but there's a Marine who is held in Russia. Let's take the Merchant of Death out of it, and let's go with just Brittany Griner and this Marine. Of the two of them, like in Western society, well, very much sports is very much part of the culture, right? And sports has a lot of influence. But this Marine,
but not like Brittany doesn't have it. No one even knew who she was until she got arrested in jail. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so
like the people that I know that were like, oh, what about Brittany? I'm like, they all heard about her through this ordeal, right? But to your point, Paul Whelan is a security director, and he is Canadian born. He's from Canada, but he's a U.S. Marine, and with the U.S., British, Irish. So he's held and still in Russia. So to your point, Paul Whelan, he has stated that he's very disappointed that more has not been done.
Right. So if we're talking about the two people in regards to value, you know, you have this Marine who served his country, and you have Griner, who's an entertainer.
She served her country. She played for the Olympics. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. Of the two of them, though, I'm not afraid to say, I mean, the Marine, I don't know why they couldn't do this deal with the Marine. I think the reason why they were able to do it with Brittany Griner is because of the fact that it's probably going to be more popular, and she's a celebrity in basketball, which I think they need to get priorities straight. I'll end there with that, I think.
No, you're right. And, you know, Paul Whelan did tell CNN, and this literally, he told CNN the same day Brittany Griner got released. So this is around 8:43. He told CNN that he's very disappointed that they couldn't secure his release, and rightfully so. So I understand Brittany Griner. Again, we're happy that she's coming home. Like, no, I don't think anyone's saying that we're happy she's released, because I don't think she should have been in jail in the first place. Because yes, it was substance, but there's no way she was, you know, smuggling drugs into Russia, right? But I get it. She did break the rules, and when you're in other countries, you got to respect those laws. Right. I get that, but Paul Whelan is someone lost in the sauce, and people are happy for her. But what about Paul, right? And so my thing is that why couldn't they get Paul Whelan out with Brittany Griner for the, again, Merchant of Death, right? So, like, this guy's movie is based on his life. Like, he's an underground, like, underworld or underground, like weaponry lord. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So, hence why, to my point, Faheem, like, I'm not gonna say, I think America got fleeced, to be honest, but I'm hoping that there was obviously some more line items in this negotiation that, of course, could not be really commit. Who knows? Maybe they got some secret agents released. Maybe they got some undercover spies that were caught in Russia released, right? We don't know, and they can't report that, right? Because, you know, no one spies on each other in the world, right? So, you know, if you watch all those kind of espionage films, like, who knows? Maybe they had James Bond and they got James Bond out with Brittany Griner. We don't know, right? So I will hold that. But yeah, Brittany Griner's home.
Mhm.
It's been reported. So let's see. And I think a lot more is going to come out of this for him, because now it's like, okay, who else has America not worked with outside of this, right? So if someone has loved ones in international jails, they're all going to be calling by like, yo, what about my family? What about
Mhm.
this? What about that? So if you do it for one, you got to do it for all. So I'm curious to see what happens after this. So
Mhm. I want to transition out of this. We're going to talk about sneakers, and as we know, that's Andrew Miller's forte. So what I want to do is get your feedback in regards to Kyrie, maybe the Kyrie situation, John Morant picking up a deal,
the
looking
same
like we.
the same day for him? Was it the same day too?
I
Like,
think,
Wow.
and you can, if it's
Well,
not same.
Drake had teased during the that Nike run out in Portland that Booker and John Morant were getting sneaker deals with Nike, and he did say that they were behind in like their shipping. They had to wait for the shoes to come out. But yeah, no, salute to what I'll start with this. Are we giving these brands too much power over us? That was, I think, the one thing that I took away from the whole Kyrie situation is that, like, we hold so much weight with Nike or Adidas and these big brands in terms of like, representation. But it seems they don't really care that much other than just about selling sneakers. Kyrie, obviously, some people would say he was problematic. Some people would say he was just outspoken. But sometimes when you say things that aren't aligned with these brands or products, you do put yourself in a tough situation. And from my Nike insider, this was an opportunistic time to remove him from the fold at Nike. And they took advantage and removed him. You guys know, like, you got that one coworker at the office that's always late, and then there's something minuscule, and then they remove it altogether. So I think this was simply the case with Kyrie. Obviously, it's not a knock on his performance on the court because he seems to be thriving right now. It seems to have found his rhythm. But very poignant and wonderful dialogue with that message he wrote on his last pair of Kyrie threes, I believe they were, saying, "I'm free." These contracts and these loopholes that they hold us to in terms of what we sign on, and we don't know to the extent. Even with Odell Beckham now talking about his issues with Nike and suing Nike for lack of payment and but yeah, maybe we need to take a step back as a culture, and really reassess our affinity with these brands. Obviously, I'm in no position to talk because I got a wall full of sneakers behind me, but I think we definitely need to maybe loosen the chokehold that these brands do have on us when it comes to commercialism. And there's a lot of wonderful other sneakers or outlets out. What I mean, and even Kyrie, I think now has the opportunity to really do his own thing. Like imagine if Kyrie, a black man, had his own sneaker that we could salute, and he could be his true, authentic self. We don't have to code switch when we're in these spaces, code switch when we're in these boardrooms in order to secure the bag. Maybe we can secure something else, which is essentially freedom. Just my thoughts. But yeah, no, Kyrie had amazing shoes. Everyone loves Kyrie's shoes, the performance on the court. So I think Nike is probably but then they got Devin Booker and they got John Morant quickly to slide him right into the equation there too. So it's very funny, man. Like, so a lot of these brands and these places of business, black people are expendable, and we'll find another brother to do what you do. We'll pay him less, or what I mean, and swap you out for the next hot dude. So definitely a lot of lessons to be learned from this situation. A lot of opportunities for us to learn lessons through the downfall of other people. But yeah, there's so many things kind of questionable with this one. I'm not going to even say what he's possibly getting a bit of Kanye's blowback, but very unfortunate. It would have been nice to see Nike maybe rescind their decision, but you know what? Sometimes when people show their true colors, y'all, believe it, and maybe it's better for Kyrie to take his ball and go somewhere else.
Right. So what you mentioned or before about possibly them having a reason before, I do remember that Kyrie he had made a complaint with one of Kyrie's. He didn't like the design or something of one of Kyrie's
Mm.
previous models, right?
It's tough,
Um,
right? You know, when your name's attached to these sneakers,
mhm.
and you know, and if you really, guys, I'm a passionate brother. You know, if I don't like something, I'm gonna say something. And
As
if
you
he
should.
didn't, and I think he didn't have the input on the new design of the shoe. They just kind of did it without him and slapped his name on it, which is also kind of disrespectful. But you know, it's tough, man, because you know
I,
people. I don't know. Oh, sorry. Let
I
you go.
think no, no, no. I think even to that, that speaks just the fact that Kyrie cares enough to speak openly that he wasn't happy with the design. That means he's somewhat involved with the process or cares about it. So what the point you're making of
But he also was very outspoken about not getting the jab. So you know what? That's also a very different approach that many athletes weren't speaking up about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And he really took a stand during the height of the pandemic with that situation too. So it's a lot of little things sometimes that kind of add up. And when you know, one thing I learned is brand safe, being brand safe,
Mm.
and
Mhm.
not everyone is brand safe. And you know, myself, I've had to learn, or it's a very difficult line to sometimes balance as a black man, because the world is not always going to see your views or perspective on things. So
Mhm.
to be brand safe and to be outspoken, it's a tough one,
Right.
man. You know.
And I think that's another reason why speaking to him maybe starting his own brand, I could see if there's anyone that's going to do it, it would be Kyrie. He's very much on being woke and being free.
There's a
LeVar
lot of
Ball
other
tried it
yeah
and he was laughed about it. Remember? Go ahead.
there's a lot of other sneaker brands that would love to have a player of Kyrie's skill set on their sneaker roster. Spencer Dinwiddie has his own sneaker.
Right.
I mean, even Jimmy Butler
Mm.
has a deal with Taiwanese brand Li Ning, and his shoes are hard. I saw them first up and talked to Jimmy about the shoes, and they're dope.
Mhm.
So maybe it's I say sometimes you got to take the road less traveled to get where you want to go, man. And not everyone's gonna rock with you, not everyone's gonna see it your way. But like when you really, and he's obviously a very passionate guy, and he cares supremely about how his views and his whole essence is perceived. So
Hmm.
maybe it's for the best that he's gotten the bag. He's gotten the bag many times. So there's nothing wrong with maybe creating your own infrastructure to create your own sneaker, or he could just do what he's been currently doing, wearing his old stuff and just scratching out. That's also another way, a very petty way to
Yeah, so I want to bring
stick
that
it.
up, Andrew. So for those who saw, Kyrie was wearing Nike shoes, but he covered up. So one side of the sneaker, I actually want to read out to you guys what he had, because I thought it was pretty dope that he did that. It was called, he put on one side, "I am free. Thank you, God, I am." Right. And then on the other side, he had logo here. So he covered up, I guess it was the Nike Kyrie 3 Reagan shoe with logo here, written on the tape covering the swoosh branding. And on the other side, so I mean, hey, that's the way to do it too. Like Kyrie saying that he is now free, it just talks to what you just said, Andrew, right? The fact that clearly being sponsored by a brand is great, but we're not behind the scenes. Like again, we don't know, who's managing his account, who is creative director of his account. Does he even have any say, right, with this brand? So, like to your point, him saying "I am free," wow, maybe Kyrie didn't mind being released from Nike. You know what I'm saying? It could have
Mhm.
been a
Mhm.
mutual thing. So, hey, it is what it is.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
And
It's yes.
oh, one question. How coincidental is it that Ja Morant, they announced it? Because I'm pretty sure it didn't just happen. This is something that they've probably known for a while. But
Yeah.
how coincidental is that the day that he was dropped, they announced Morant?
Listen, Nike knows what they're doing.
Right.
They know
It
exactly
was
what they
it
need
was
to do. Like, hey,
scheduled from
they're
last
they
week.
they might have lost their number one, well, no, I think LeBron's shoe, I think is a bit more of a high sell, but still, Kyrie shoes immensely popular.
Mm-hmm.
The young boys love the Kyries, and he's been really good with his collabs, like the Roswell Reagan one, the SpongeBob collab, and he has some really great. He had some really great stuff, but yeah, man, like I said, and I've observed it through my other friends that have worked in the sneaker industry as well. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like a lot of something, they say the grass is greener where you water it. So I feel like you might think you're in the promised land or on a nice patch of grass, but once you get there, you realize like, oh, this is. And Nike, Nike, if you're watching this, my bad, but like, you know, their human rights practices, their diversity practices have also come into question. Adidas as well. So like, you know, if Kyrie is you know, a champion of you know, freedom of speech, a champion of you know, black liberation, sometimes
Anti-mandates, women's rights. Yeah.
yeah, like Kyrie stands for, like, the media will tell you, but Kyrie stands for a lot of wonderful things.
Mm-hmm.
And if these brands you know, don't see the value in having someone so outspoken, so passionate,
Peace out.
hey man, take your ball and go, bro. Like, go where you're wanted, go where you're appreciated, and you know, go where you're respected. So I know he's still gonna get buckets in whatever he's wearing. He can play barefoot and drop 60 on people. So
hello, or drop 20 and a quarter against the Toronto Raptors a few weeks ago. God, to play him again.
We've seen it. So he can wear some old Chuck Taylors or the Bow Wows, you know, like Mike's, and cook if he wanted to. So regardless of what he's wearing, he's still a hardcover, man. So good luck.
I do want to say, Faheem, to your question about them reporting it, actually, it wasn't just reported that day. The first report of Ja Morant's shoe with Nike was September 2nd. And I see that Sports Illustrated reported that he was getting his own shoe. But I just think maybe because of the Kyrie news, they wanted to Andrew's point, also remind people, hey, we have Ja Morant, right? Kind of thing. So it's a marketing ploy. It's a PR ploy. But yeah, it wasn't like didn't happen the same time. It was reported a while ago, as per what Andrew said earlier with the whole Drake thing.
And that speaks to media. And keep in mind, I don't think that as much as Kyrie, he's apologized. I don't think that the media has forgotten or forgiven him. I still think there might be a little bit of a witch hunt out on Kyrie, and they're more than happy to position this as to throw a shot at Kyrie to say, hey, you know what? You've lost your spot, and now we have some young up and comer. And a lot of people don't. Thank you. I didn't know that. I just assumed they both happened on the same day. It happened, right? So that goes to show that the media is kind of, in a way, kind of throwing a shot at Kyrie, I would think. But I want to ask Andrew something real quick in regards to, say, Kyrie decides to do independently, use one of those, you know, those Asian brands, say, for instance. You know, obviously we know about independence. He gets a bigger cut, more creative control in regards to it, etc. We know money's not a problem with Kyrie. In regards to popularity, how popular do you think that Kyrie's shoe, say for so whatever Jimmy Butler's brand is? Yeah. Okay, let's use that.
Lead name with Jimmy Butler. Clay has Anta. You know what I mean? So there's a few options outside of the traditional route. Even, you know, if you want to just be a sneaker free agent and just wear a variety of shoes or switch your shoes out all the time, you know what I mean? But I do think that there is an opportunity, or, you know, for him to help grow those type of brands. Dwayne Wade has the Way of Wade, which is also a leading shoe. And, you know, I think my homeboy Ice in his veins, what's his name? Brother
Trae Young.
No.
Oh, Ice in his veins.
What's his name? Plays for the Timberwolves. What's his name?
Oh, D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell,
right?
Yeah, D'Lo. So D'Lo's helped get those brands off the ground too with it. You know what I mean? But it's tough, man. Like, other than Jimmy and Clay, but hey. The problem with those brands is that there are no outlets here in North America to buy them as readily available. You can't just walk into a Foot Locker.
You got to get them online.
Fred VanVleet has an and one deal too, and you know they're not readily available. You know what I mean? So it's but hey man, it's not about do players really care? You know, they're getting paid either way. They got their shoe in their size. Like, you know, at that point, it's like, hey. You know?
Yeah,
because Stephon Marbury, when he went, he did his own thing. He's like, I think, more the pioneer for ball players to go over there, right? I'm just wondering, Kyrie right now, you know, he's a big name, he's a superstar. How much in regards to the selling of the shoe, is it his name or his design? Because chances are he's not going to have the aesthetic look that he can get through a Nike, through those other brands. But how much do you think that his name could pull that to make a difference amongst people over here? Go ahead.
I think you know, if the shoe's hot, it's hot. You know what I mean? But I think Kyrie also comes with a bit of you know, cachet. You know, all he's got to do is drop somebody in those shoes, and them shoes is going up.
Yeah, drop one celebrity. Give to a few celebrities.
Pass
but also,
them
does
out.
Kyrie even want to make sneakers? Like, we don't even know. Like, what does Kyrie want? Like, I just think that people think because you play basketball that, you know, you're a sneakerhead. Maybe that's not his passion. Maybe he wants to go a different direction. Like, I don't even think Kyrie. I mean, I don't know what Kyrie wants, but whatever he decides.
Here's
if
the
it's
thing
sneakers,
too. Like,
if it's not, I think it'll be great. But
a lot of these
maybe
guys
Kyrie's not even into doing that stuff anymore. That's why he said I'm free. Like, I don't know, right?
You got all the like Jimmy Butler's a perfect example. Jimmy Butler signed with Jordan Brand, had a rookie deal with Jordan Brand, got all the Jordans, got all the money. How many more Jordans do you need? How many more shoes do you know what I mean? So you got them all. My next deal, I might as well get more money, go do something totally different.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're absolutely right. So, like, you know, Kyrie's he's been there and done that, and I think that's the thing. Like, you're absolutely right, Janelle. People's passions change, people's perspectives change. So he might be over the whole. He's been locked up with the sneaker deal, with the sneaker contract. Now that he's free,
up, they won't let me out for real.
So why go back? So I get it. Like, hey man, like, you know.
I'm going to land with this though. I do think that if he were to drop a shoe, I think that shoe would represent more than just being a shoe. I think Kyrie right now is a movement of support. I think if he would have come with a shoe like you said, with leaning or whatever it is.
You know what? I don't think Kyrie's going to do that.
No,
yeah, if Kyrie does it, it'll be his own black.
He's doing his own black.
Yeah, he's not gonna do an Asian.
With the black elite, my boy 19 Keys. All the brothers that are preaching black independence, black wealth. So, you know, pay attention. Like I tell people, pay attention, man. Kyrie is really trying to rebrand, reprogram, bring awareness.
Yeah.
Even like when he was here a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, they asked his brother about Thanksgiving. Are you dumb?
Come on, man.
Are you dumb?
Right.
Do you not see what this brother has now changed and he's elevated mind state, and you're asking him
about Thanksgiving?
So, like, come on, man. We have to allow players to grow, to change their perspectives. Even I see Janelle loves Jaylen Brown, but Jaylen Brown has become, you know, the voice of the real brothers. Like, ain't tired of hearing what people, you know what I mean? Like,
I love me some Jaylen Brown. He keeps it 100, man. Like, he don't care about the fame. He don't care about the money. Like, he started with Donda before, you know, but like, he's all about Black empowerment, and that's from time. That's why I always like the way he moves, man. And even when they ask questions about him or Kyrie, Jaylen was the first athlete who did not throw him under the bus. We talked about, you know, LeBron wasn't really having his back initially. Jaylen from day one was like, I know Kyrie. He's not this. He's a good guy. Like, I was like, good job, Jaylen. So yeah, Jaylen Brown reminds me of Kyrie, where he's enlightened and he's not going to follow because the media wants it. No,
you know, it's one thing. Like I said, it's one thing to be brand safe, and it's another thing to not, you know, fall into the popular opinion. And like, they're allowed to say what they want. And I'm glad that LeBron. I know we tried, you know, you threw a shot at LeBron there, but I'm glad that LeBron is also now a bit more aware of his voice.
No, like we spoke about last week too. Yeah, like last week but initially though, like when they first asked the question, I feel like LeBron could have been like, honestly, I'm not sure what's going on. Like, let me look. I feel like LeBron sometimes should say, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Give me some time. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to answer every question. I wish LeBron did that more, because I think LeBron answered based on the reaction of people, but I don't think LeBron took the time to digest what happened. Like, it was so quick. Whereas I heard for Brooklyn, you know, Brooklyn told the media, you can't ask us any questions about Kyrie. So my thing is that, why could LeBron say that? You know what? I don't want to talk about it right now. I feel like LeBron has more power that I wish he flexes, and I think he did that with the Jerry Jones comment, to your point. So I hope he does use that more often, LeBron, for real.
We're really in a wonderful renaissance right now, where we're kind of, you know, you said the media manipulation. Yeah, I think players are onto that. People are a bit more becoming more media savvy and learning how to adjust and dodge, or not even dodge, but just, like, you know, be authentically themselves in moments where people expect so much from them. So.
All right, so I want to go for the culture, but I just got a quick question for you. It's Kyrie or the field. Here we go. I'm going to throw out some other Nike players. You personally, by their shoes, let me know which ones you like, the Kyries or this Sense player. Ready? Here we go. Kyrie or Giannis?
I like Kyrie's better personally.
Kyrie.
I'm on
Okay.
eBay right now looking at a pair of the SpongeBob Kyries, trying to get them before
All right.
hopefully they
Smart.
cut off.
All
So
right. Kyrie KD.
I like the KDs. The KD's got some good shoes, man.
I
He's
knew he
got
said.
the
I knew you
retro
said
that.
KD.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Kyrie LeBrons.
I'm a LeBron guy. I'm a
But
LeBron guy.
Faheem, that
Those new
shouldn't be a
LeBron,
question,
those
man.
new
Why are you
LeBron
asking that
20s,
question?
those LeBron 20s that are out right now,
Uh-huh.
amazing. So I'm definitely trying to get a pair of those to hoop in. So yeah, salute my
All
guy.
right.
LeBron.
Ladies,
Year
we're buying
20,
some gifts for
year
your
20
loved ones.
LeBron. Come
LeBron
on.
20s. LeBron
Yes.
20s.
All right. One
LeBron over
more.
everything for
One
Andrew
more.
here.
Kyrie Zions.
I saw Paulo Banchero playing in those Zion shoes. Actually, Zion's shoes. And obviously as a fellow thick brother, it's nice to have that extra bit of stability on your feet. So I will definitely try those Zions as well. No, just listen. I love all shoes, guys. I'll try them on. You know what I mean? But, like, I want the shoes that are more supportive to the thick brothers, the heavy boys. You know what I mean?
This guy.
All right. Nelly J. Let's go to For the Culture.
For the culture, we like to highlight individuals for the culture. And today we get to highlight those Miller boys, Andrew Miller. Yo. So y'all.
Can I say something before you start the For the
course.
Culture, guys? It's been on my chest heavy lately.
Ooh, on your chest heavy. What's going on,
You
man?
know, I mean, I'm doing a lot of work with these brands now, and I've been the I don't want to say the token black guy, but I've been the only black guy in a lot of these spaces sometimes.
Mhm.
So now more than ever, I'm working with these brands to throw my own events, to build my own opportunities, to bring my own people in the room. These brands and these agencies be picking and choosing which people come to these events where they don't really open it up and they don't have access to wonderful people, lovely creators such as myself and y'all. So I'm currently I shouldn't say, but I'm currently cooking up a little thing with Pinterest connected to Black History Month, but not solely a Black History Month project. But I just feel like we have to continue to do what the good rookies do and build our own tables, build our own seats, invite our own people, elevate, uplift, and amplify. Because if you waiting for these people to invite us into their rooms, they will not be doing that. So let's continue to build, create, amplify, hook up the man them, slide the gal them true, and make sure everyone has an opportunity to thrive, to share their opinions, and to be the best version of themselves. Sorry.
Don't say so. Well, I mean, that's why Andrew Miller is for the culture. Not only is he a digital creator, he's a bridge former, Faheem. He's a bridge former. He builds tables for others. Co-founder of the One More Wear Foundation, who does a lot of great things throughout the year, not just during the holidays. Digital creator, content creator, really elevating Black voices and Black.
I'm gonna add a few more notches on my resume, more titles to my next year, y'all. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, keep adding them, and that
like
way.
To put brothers in boxes. The shackles is off. I'm free, like Kyrie.
Oh my goodness, I am free. No, but that's why you're for the culture. Because I mean, if you don't follow Andrew, please add those Miller boys. You do a lot of amazing
no pressure
things.
to follow me too. I got a bunch of waste man just following, watching. Don't follow me if you're just watching too.
Yo,
that's another.
Don't be a good follower, y'all.
Listen,
don't be a good
engage. Don't look and just that's what he's doing. Oh, I gotta do that too. Or the people that look who I tag and like, let me go. Come on, man. Just ask me. You know I tell y'all. You know I give it away. Well, come on. Let's be better communicators in our community. Let's bring more opportunities to engage and have conversations amongst us. So let's try, and salute to Nelly J too. Nelly J for the culture too. I know I'm always trying to pass stuff off or not take the flowers y'all give me, but I just love to see what people be doing and cooking up on your own. Consistency. Nelly's been giving back to the streets for years, and I've tried my best to support and to give to share those stories. But like, we just have to do better at supporting everyone within these spaces. Y'all see what we got going on. Tap in. Stop it. Stop just looking off or pretend you don't see what's going on. Like, it's crazy to me sometimes.
No, but you're right. And that's why I was saying, like, someone like you, it's so crazy how, like, you always supported us and vice versa. We always bring you up on our episodes about, yo, Andrew, like you have infamous sayings, but I just think that you're just someone that's always a vibe, right? And I just think that it's something that we need more of is people that are willing to say, hey, this table is big enough for all of us. I think Canada, because the system is still racist, a lot of times Black people that make spaces don't want to elevate other Black people because they think that only they can do it. But now, though, I'm seeing more and more Black people in the industry trying to reach out and elevate others. And it's a trend, it's growing, and we're a part of that trend. So it's just great to have you on the podcast. But Andrew, Pinterest, talk about, how that started, and I know you can't share a lot of it, but what other brands are you working with this year in review, right? It's 2022. Yeah. The pandemic happened. We spoke about all the stuff that was going on. I remember you were really on a deep dive hustle on trying to get things figured out for your passion and figuring out what you want to do with your mission, right? Since then, I've seen a huge bump, not only in your outreach, but in your charity, as well as your mission. So walk us through, what it was like to kind of go through that pandemic. Just not sure, because I know you had a couple of shows that stopped during the pandemic because, of course, things changed. How did you come out of that? And now you're doing amazing things, even more amazing things. And like you said, you're cooking up other things for Black History Month. So walk us through how you shifted your mindset and your energy towards
I don't know. I'm so, I don't want to be negative, but I'm such a vindictive brother. You know what I mean? I hate being slept on. I hate not getting my due or people disrespecting or overlooking us. And I'm that guy that, like, hey, watch this. I had an amazing podcast with my guys, Minority Report, which I recently found out is no longer available on YouTube. Hamza took that shit down, my language, which is horrible. But hey, it's totally fine, because you know what? Just because someone removes what you did in the past, word to Kyrie, word to Ye, doesn't mean you can't create it or do something bigger and better the next time. So, I learned to kind of lock in with my own focus. I learned to kind of, do it on my own. I had a lot of people. I didn't have many people in my corner. I had my brothers. And I don't want. I was thinking about it. I get a little emotional, but I had my brothers. I only had my brothers. You know what I mean? Who was really kind of like, hey man, I got you. We can figure it out, So I have a really good support system. I have a really good people that believed in me. And I found my community, man. Shout out to eBay Canada. eBay, a huge supporter. Shout out to Pomp and Circumstance, a wonderful PR agency that saw the potential in having this old brother with the gray beard, and and him coming in yelling and wilding, wearing mesh shirts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I really just kind of leaned in on being my true authentic self. And I grew out the hair. I did some crazy stuff, dyed it, and I just kind of really just became free. And I know not everyone has the luxury to do that, but it's been a very hard process. But I never stopped. I never lost faith. I never gave up. I found my community, and I encourage everyone to find their people. And you're not always you're gonna find them right away. It's gonna take a little time. It's gonna take a little grind, but I guarantee you, when it's all said and done, you'll be like, man, we came along. We had a wonderful event in the summer with eBay at SneakerCon, and it was like a culmination of seeds we planted years ago, doing some car stuff, but years of like being connected to sneaker culture. And we were able to do some wonderful things by having, a 1971 Chevrolet with custom MCM interior.
I remember that picture
on display at SneakerCon, and we got paid. Brothers get paid, young brother, get paid. Ask, demand, make sure they know it ain't a joke thing. They want our sauce, but they ain't trying to pay for it. Tell them, go get what is yours, y'all. Claim it. And, just, ask for help. That's one thing I've learned to do more. Like, we don't, as Black men, we don't ask. I don't, we feel like we just do it on our own. Even other Black people, I know a lot of Black women are like that as well, too. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. And I figured it out, but I also learned that, hey, in order to get where I needed to get, I needed some people that knew or have been there before. So I've also started tapping in with more Black people, creators. I've formed a really great friendship recently with Benny Bing. Benny being a wonderful black artist, does beautiful paintings of black women, but a brilliant mind. And I'm just learning from my people, man. Like we really got to support each other. We really got to, just tap in and share jewels, share knowledge. Yo, you did this before. Okay, how can I do that too? So, like I said, I think I said this before on your podcast. My DMs is open. Not many people hit my, Faheem called me this week. I said, I got you, bro, and I did. But like, not everyone will hit you up, or not everyone will ask. People will try to go around you. People will try to steal stuff from you. Stop stealing from us. White people, stop stealing from black creatives. That's another issue. Listen, I don't want to get y'all demonetized, whatever, but like, there's so many things that I've seen wrong that me, myself, in 2023, you best believe I'm going to change a lot of that stuff. I guarantee.
Guarantee.
Give me a year and be like, yo, this brother is on some stuff, and hopefully I'll have a bit more other brothers that are on that stuff right next to me. So,
well, one thing you just mentioned just now that I have to highlight, you said it, but I think people may have missed it. Finding your community, and to me that means finding like-minded people like
Nelly
yourself.
J, do you see me with a lot of them brothers I used to hang out with? Come on now, Nelly J.
No.
I ain't gonna name them. Do you see me with a lot of people?
No.
You're gonna see me with my brothers, and you're gonna see me with my business. And anyone else that don't believe, anyone else that want to throw little jabs, oh, you still doing your little charity? You still doing you still like your little sneakers? It's a size 15. Ain't nothing little over here, buddy. ain't nothing little over here, buddy. So respect it or get out the way. You know what I mean?
Bam.
You gotta literally. And I saw I think it was Busta Rhymes was talking about this recently. You have to believe beyond belief. It has to look crazy, and I know it looks crazy.
Insane.
Yo, when I was working out in the gym, I said to people, I feel like I'm losing my mind. But in the process of me losing my mind, I found myself. So those late night workouts, all that, me running in the stairwell during the pandemic, lifting weights, posting the workout contest, posting me jumping rope, all that stuff wasn't for anyone else but myself. And I'm grateful for those that saw it and supported. So, this guy's
you got me. I'm like, God, I gotta get up the couch my damn self.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'm just trying to, Nipsey Hussle. I'm a big fan of Nipsey. I'm a big fan of Young Dolph. But Nipsey said that the greatest gift is to inspire others. And I can't hate on people that see what I'm doing and want to copy it or take the template. So at least they're smart enough to realize that this brother got something going on right now. Let me tap into what's going on. So I hope to continue to encourage others. I hope to debunk any myths around ageism. Yeah, I got a little gray in my beard, but brother, find out. Find out. So like I said, just continue to push for yourselves, continue to share your stories, continue, be relentless in your passions, and tap in with those that are moving, man. So, and if they ain't moving, if your people are hating on you or moving kind of wassy, or they're in the mud, don't go join them brothers in the mud.
Nah,
ain't nothing in there. Don't go over there. Go to the people that are going on higher ground, higher elevation. I also want to credit that Black Big Brother event I went to earlier in the year last year.
Yes, how was that, Andrew? Like, what was that like?
It was I want to say life changing, but yeah, it was life changing, and we're looking to do that again this year. We're looking to do it on Juneteenth. We're also looking to. This is all top secret information. We're also looking to do it in New Orleans. So I'm tapping in. If I can't find my culture here in Canada, y'all, I'm gonna go to America. I'm gonna find some brothers, some brothers and sisters cooking up, and I'm gonna go tap in with what the recipe is over there. So like, if you see people moving, if you see positivity, if there's something that really brings life out of you. I spoke about my brother 19 Keys. Definitely tap in with 19 Keys and what he's doing there. Higher level conversations, wonderful podcast, but like we gotta continue to grow, elevate, and give our people what we need to survive, to win, man. So
I think you just got to keep pushing because like you mentioned 19 Keys, I'm familiar with him. The whole earn your leisure movement that they had. Like I think we have a bubbling movement amongst our community happening here, and we just need to show the world that we have our own flavor and we have something to bring to the table also, opposed to just running behind other people's heels. Have people actually wanting to tap into what's happening here. So that's why you're definitely for the culture. You are clearly making moves. And
listen, I made a couple, but I got a lot more coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking, and anyone that got any suggestions, hit my DMs. Anyone that wants to kind of tap in or see. Listen, I'm all about mentorship. I got a young brother, my boy Joshua, beautiful brother, Ugandan, 19 film student. Bro, a 19-year-old black film student. Like these are the type of people that I surround myself with. These young brothers that are like, and he's in my DMs like, yo, bro, what are we doing? How can we do this? What are we doing next? And I'm like, like I said, I'm just trying to surround myself with people that are moving and shaking, people that I'm inspired by. I'm inspired by those that get it out the mud, but ain't staying in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not where you start; it's where you finish. And I still feel like I got a lot more flips and a couple more plays to get off before it's all said and done. But and even like I always tell you guys, like longevity, dedication, and just being consistent, man. A lot of people that alone, people don't have consistency anymore.
Mm-hmm.
All right, sorry if I'm rambling, guys.
No, it's not rambling.
You're
cooking right now.
You're cooking. You're not rambling at all. Don't even say that, bro. Yeah. You are absolutely cooking.
I just want to make sure that people understand the power that they have, and it's very discouraging. And you might be knocking on a door for a while, but I promise you, just keep knocking. If that door don't open, run that. Go make a door. Mm-hmm. And I've always been that guy. Go make the space you want to be a part of. Go be. If no one's doing that, go do it. My homegirl, Catherine Allen, formerly of Adidas, she's now moving to work with the Raptors, wonderful black woman. But she was always like, you gotta fill the white space. And that's not a white thing, but like if there's a blank space, you gotta go where they're not and create that. So there's a lot of spaces out there that don't have us in them. Yeah. So if we're not there, let's go create our own.
Bust it open.
Make our own spaces. Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah, definitely. I want to piggyback off of that real quick, because what you're mentioning, kind of gives me a bit like inspiration. I'm feeling it right now, and it reminds me of very much like Diversified Youth, Kevin Francis.
But his energy is crazy too, and that's why I love brothers that just are less like, bro, like we're building up the next generation. Mm-hmm. We're inspiring the youth, and if they don't see the value in what you're doing, you know what? They're not paying attention. Right. He has a wonderful mentorship program. He's doing so much to support and build up these men in these underprivileged communities. Like it's amazing. Yeah, we just gotta and I'm not ever gonna hate on another brother doing something else. So we gotta see, like I said, we gotta see what other brothers are doing and how we can support that. And if it's just like sharing a post, liking a post, or telling someone else about what they're doing, let's keep doing that.
Exactly.
Keep doing that tenfold.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I'm currently with Pinterest trying to plan this Black Creative Summit happening in February. I'm trying to create my own event to have a room full of Black people, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm not gonna feel like, oh man, we should have white people in the space, or we should have more. No, because the Asians been doing it. The Jewish community been doing it. Not to get on my, but we really gotta, be strategic. We gotta, arm our people with the best knowledge, and network amongst ourselves. And there's enough for all of us people, Black people. There's enough for all of us. So you gate holders, gatekeepers that are holding in or happy to be the one Black person in the room. I don't ever now want to be the one, like only Miller was there. No, I'm bringing Black people with me. Come on, let's go.
Listen, man, guys, and this is why Andrew's for the culture, period. So, guys, we're going to have his information. Please support. I mean, like, supporting can be a follow. That's free. Like, supporting could be a like, could be sharing his movement and what he's doing. He's doing a lot of positive things. Like, and you're someone on social media that's not toxic. Like, you're very positive on social media. You inspire, you're driven. So,
I will say this, whenever I do have something outspoken to say, those are the posts that pick up the most. Like when I'm griping or granting, people love when I'm angry, which is crazy to me. Because no one cares when I'm like giving back, doing stuff for the kids in the community. But people love, well, what's Andrew mad about today? I'm not a mad brother. Okay, so I try to keep things light. I try to keep things positive.
Exactly. You are positive though. Even when you're ranting, it's ranting for a positive, not for a negative. So you're good.
I could name names. I could talk crazy and really bury people. But I ain't that type of brother. We gotta take the high road. We gotta inspire our people. We gotta show them like, hey, this is how you do. And even there's one brother that has a podcast, and we talk about being brand safe all the time because he wanted the Ray and nephew. I passed it to him, but I said, hey, bro, just make sure you know what you're doing when you get in. And I think that's also part of it too. Like we gotta give our people the playbook.
Yeah, like give them advice, not just say take. Yeah, I agree. Mentorship, helping,
set your people up to win, man. Like
yes.
If it's like, hey,
agreed.
Send the email here,
Big.
but position it this way, or say, you know what I mean. So, like I said, share game. I met a lot of wonderful brothers that are getting in the bag and doing wonderful things. So I'm encouraged and inspired by them. So hopefully there's more opportunities for me to get in the bag, but also in the process of getting the bag, give to my community.
Right. Well, Steph.
All right. So let's go, Faheem. Last.
All right.
Yep.
So let's go ahead and wrap it up with That's Absurd.
That's absurd, Faheem, bro. What was absurd this week? What was absurd?
500 migrant workers died working on World Cup stadiums in Qatar. Absurd.
Absurd and sad. Like, Andrew, your thoughts on this?
Listen, man, beautiful stadium. And let's be honest, like workplace health and safety issues are happening all over the world. Even when you talk about those TTC locally transit, there's plaques of people that have passed away in that regard as well. But for 400, they don't even know how many people died in the building of that, which is wild to me as well. So hopefully there's there's some sort of reparations to their families that of the people who but I don't think that's
well, they're migrant workers. I wonder how much rights do they really have when they're a migrant worker. That's why, I mean, my thoughts and prayers are just to migrants, period. Like I think a lot of migrants they leave their homes. Like imagine like leaving your home where you built with loving memories because of war or threats or so my thoughts and prayers to all the migrants that are traveling to different countries trying to survive but are taking on the worst jobs because they're not going to hire you for other jobs. So I'm just prayers and thoughts to their families for sure.
Reason why I'm going with really absurd is Qatar it's a very wealthy nation, and they'll have, for instance, the UFC will go there, and they will literally build beautiful Grand Prix. Like they'll build something, and once the event's done, it's like the circus, they can just tear it down, and it's not a big deal to them because they have money. So I just do find it kind of absurd that 500 people had to lose their lives in this process.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like, and you think about like, and I will say there are migrant workers even here in Ontario as well. They're working out in like Leamington at these peach farms or tomato farms.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a lot of conversations about migrant workers, people that leave and send money back home to their families for better opportunities. But yeah, no, super tragic. Such a like Faheem said, such a wealthy, affluent country. So very, very, very sad. But this is the things that people aren't talking about in the media. They're going to talk about Davido performing at the World Cup finale or Portugal game on Saturday morning, or what I mean. But like, let's do our best, guys, to highlight and remember those that have definitely lost their lives, to put up that paneling on the roof or those row of bleachers over in the south side of the field. So it's super tragic. Yeah. What are we gonna do though, right? That's
Well, that's my thoughts. My thing is that for I think they have to put in some type of regulation when they pick a country. They got to find out who's working, what's their, because it can't happen again. So I'm challenging the World Cup for wherever they pick to build these stadiums, they have to have health regulations and really protect the workers, because this really taints the World Cup for me, to be honest, because I was a migrant. I immigrated from Trinidad here, you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like if that was my mom or my brothers or someone working in there to survive. So they have to put in regulation in these countries. You won't get the World Cup in your country if you do not ensure that whoever's working on building these stadiums are going to be protected. Like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they got to figure it out.
Right.
I'm gonna land there.
Right. Yeah. Perfect place to land. I think we should put this episode in the books. Great
Yes,
episode.
y'all. Guys, that was a good rookie show. Now, Andrew, you know the deal, man. The floor is yours. Time to do your shout outs.
Shout out to everyone that supports One More Wear and myself. Shout out to eBay Canada. Shout out to Pomp and Circumstance. Shout out to my family and friends. It's been a very rough year. I will say this: I might make it look easy, but these grades is mounting up, and but like, stay the course. Brighter days ahead. I think the holidays are such a tough time for everyone, trying to balance budget, but also trying to give and give back. So if you have it in you to give or support others, it doesn't have to be a monetary thing. It could just be a positivity. It could be a phone call. It could be a text message. So each one teach one. Reach out to your friends and family. I guess I should do that too. Maybe I should text some of those dudes I cut off. No.
Yeah, I mean, saying, hey, you good?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's weak. That's weak
good,
too. Like let's not
hey,
let's not do
right?
the fakes. Let's not do the fake stuff too. So like there's people who have you cut off. Some people need to be left in 2022.
I mean, I don't think it'll text people up, but I think even thinking about them and wish them the best is enough. I don't think you have to also reach out to them. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you say, hey, I hope he's doing well, or I hope all is well, or a prayer for them. Like you don't have to reach out.
Prayer up, say, hey man, but sometimes
prayer up for them. You don't have to reach out to them.
Protect your energy. Everyone, protect your personal space, protect your peace.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Black people, let's hit the gym maybe a bit more this year and try to, make a few little changes. Health and wellness. Let's try to live long. They already trying to kill us anyways. Let's not make it easier. So let's mind, body, and soul. That's all I got. Love everyone. Nice. Stay blessed. Stay winning. Good rookies. Appreciate y'all. That's the third time I've been on the show. This is probably my Shaq episode, I suppose, baby.
I'm crying. No, man, thanks. That's a great shout out, Andrew, honestly. My shout out, of course, is to you. Definitely want to shout you out for, everything you're doing and for always inspiring us as well. Like I think you're someone that, Faheem and I was like, wow, like it's so good seeing Andrew do this or do that. Whenever I see you like winning, I'm like, yes, Nelly
J fly too, guys. Like she ain't showing it all, but she's fine too. I just want to say that too. You know what I mean? Just putting that out there.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Well, my other shout out outside of that, thank you. Definitely want to shout out to those who have been giving back to the holiday gift drive. By the time this comes out, literally we have 2 days left. So if you want to donate, legit, I need the items by the 15th. So we can pack all the gifts for the homeless. That includes babies to adult women and men, and they'll be distributed on the 18th. So thank you to everyone who's given back or who can give. I mean, if you buy a sock from Dollarama, I'm going to take it. You know what I'm saying? So just thanks to everyone who has been donating. I'm going to pass the mic to you, Faheem.
All right. So first of all, Andrew, love the For the Culture breakdown that you gave. Very inspiring as usual. Like you said, third time you're with us, so everyone knows the vibes. So definitely thanks for coming out, and we'll definitely have to have you on again. And when we have you on again, I know you'll have more updates to give us.
Give me 6 months, y'all. I'll tell you. Give me 6 months. We're gonna see.
All right.
Definitely promoted too.
Speaking in regards to updates, last week I did mention about my wife is 6 months pregnant now, going on 7, and we have we understand that we know the gender. So I figure, why not, while we have a third time returning family member of Andrew Miller on this podcast here to help out with a little reveal. This is a ghetto reveal. It's a thought that counts reveal.
Hey, it's on a budget, damn it. We're all safe here.
Here we go. Hold on. For those that aren't watching, I'm just going to hold on a second. All right. So here we go. We're going to do this quick in like 30 seconds. Here we go. So I have a pink Play-Doh and I have a blue deodorant.
Pink
Play-Doh, blue deodorant.
Oh man.
Nelly J, first, real quick. What are we going with? We're going with the pink Play-Doh, which is for a girl, and the blue deodorant, which is for a boy.
I haven't seen her belly either. Damn, Aisha. I should have video called you before this episode. Okay, so I'm going to go with, for some reason, I think I have a boy. I don't know why. I'm going to say boy.
You're going with the blue deodorant. Yeah. Andrew Miller.
Yeah,
I feel like Faheem had a different life before he settled down. So I'm going to go with the pink Play-Doh.
Different life before he settled.
I'm going with the pink Play-Doh. That's
Oh,
you
snap.
know. So we'll see. We'll go. I'm letting
All
it.
right. And the winner is
Hey!
It's a
Hey,
boy. See, I knew it. I freaking
the
knew it. I
blue
called
deodorant.
that bad boy. I called it. Okay. For some reason, I'm like, I'm gonna have a boy. I don't know what it is. Which official
Nice.
question? Because I don't know. I'm like, it has to be a boy, man.
All right,
Okay.
there we go. So we have a little baby girl who's 2.5, and now we got a boy. People are calling it a nuclear family or something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
got
I
the
guess having
perfect
the boy
balance, man.
girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So
perfect balance. Yeah, boy,
so
girl.
have to give thanks every time, every time. Great to share this with Andrew Miller, Nelly J, and Good Rookies family. And on that note, let's end this episode.
That's a good rookie show. If you had a good time and you enjoyed yourself, please like, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Faheem.
We're on all platforms if you're looking for us. That's a Good Rookie Show, and we're out.
Peace.
Peace.
Happy
Peace.
holidays.